What's going on, everybody? It's your homeboy, Popular Video Games here, chilling out, maxing out, doing my thing. Welcome to my Grand Theft Auto 6 fan fiction series. Grand Theft Auto 6, Mission 8, Criminal Minds. I'm doing a fan fiction of the entire Grand Theft Auto episode. It's going to be 100 plus episodes. Now, let's get into this. Judy wakes up after a nightmare about what happened in the previous episode. She calls Sasha, but gets no response. Judy is now worried for Sasha. She arrives at the academy and notices Sasha is not there. Judy then rushes back to get in her car and heads to Sasha's dorm. Judy knocks, but gets no response. She begins to walk away when she turns the corner and sees Sasha in her pajamas. Judy's questions, "What are you doing? Class is starting in 15 minutes. You're not even dressed." "I know I'm not, because I'm not going," Sasha says. Judy says, "Look, I'll help you pick something. Let's go," and grabs Sasha's arm to pull her. But Sasha snatches away. "You monster," Sasha says. Judy gives her a discerning look. Sasha begins saying how everyone in school knows about your whole monster family. You're acting like yesterday never happened. You call yourself human? Kids were dying, gunfire. You were cool the whole time. I'm not a monster like you are, Judy. I'm a normal person." Judy bursts out crying and runs away to her car. Thinking about what Sasha said, she arrives back at the academy, wiping her eyes. In class, Shanks asks Judy about Sasha. Judy gives Shanks an evil look, and Shanks backs off. Her mind is twisted. Thoughts race. Am I a monster? Am I normal? Will a normal person be affected by this? Judy's body begins shaking. She's trying to keep herself together. Thoughts of her friends dying from the first episode and more regret fills her. And then the teacher walks in. She notices that the teacher says, "We have a psychological examination." Shanks says, "I might fail because I know I'm crazy taking this job," and the rest of the class laughs. The examiner comes in and looks around. She notices Judy has something off about her. The examiner also recognizes her as the famous mobster Don Riggs' daughter, the most brutal gangster in Chicago. She picks Judy as the first student to go. Shaking is all over her body, and Shanks says something to her, but Judy does not even pay it any attention. Now, they arrive at the examiner's room. Judy lays back. The examiner asks, "What made you want to be a cop?" Judy says, "I wanted to help the powerless." The examiner smiles. "Powerless, huh?" "Yes, I've gone through things in my life, and I don't want to ever have that happen to anyone else." Judy chants to the examiner. The examiner looks at Judy and says, "How are you feeling?" She says, "Me and my friend got into a fight, and it's weighing on me," Judy replies. "That's all?" the examiner questions. Judy sits there and just stares at her. The examiner says, "Your friend Sasha, where is she?" Judy says, "She's at home, sick." The examiner says, "Sasha reported what happened to both of you yesterday, but why didn't you?" Judy's thoughts start racing. So does her heart. She replies, "It wasn't that much of a big deal. It had nothing to do with us. We wanted just to leave. Kids were dying. People were being shot, and it's not a big deal?" The examiner yells. "I should have known," she laughs, and then she repeats, "I should have known the Riggs' daughter would say that." Judy's eyes get wide. "So, little monster," the examiner continues, "you want to be a cop. Why don't you be what you're meant to be? A demon, walking amongst humans. That way your friend can take you down, instead of you corrupting the force with your evil." Judy begins to cry. "Crying?" The examiner laughs. "Only normal humans cry. You're not human." Judy snaps and attacks the examiner. Judy starts beating on her. People hear the commotion and try to stop it. Now, Judy bashes the examiner's head into the desk. The examiner punches Judy, but it has no effect. Judy screams, "You want a monster? I'll show you one." Chicago Police Department pulls Judy off the examiner, and the examiner laughs, saying, "Little devil, I knew you were Judy, just like your father." The police chief goes to the examiner and says, "You're fired." The examiner is shocked. "You're firing me? She's the one that attacked me." The chief says, "Your job is to see how the mental state is of our officers, not to pick at someone's kid for the mistakes of her father." The police chief looks at Judy. She's crying and she's angry. The police chief says, "The only monster is the one you let control you." The examiner storms off screaming, "You little bitch!" Now, they release Judy and tells her to take a week off and come back. Sasha's doing the same. "You two are just normal girls. Your mind isn't ready for all that at once. But you didn't give in, so I know you'll be great officers," the chief replies. The chief walks away, and then Judy starts to walk to her car. She gets in the hallway when Shanks runs up to her and says, "Everyone heard about the gang shootout. The news showed the security camera footage online, and it shows you and Sasha at the scene," Shanks is excited about. Judy says, "How could they have?" Judy walks out to her car, ignoring more of what Shanks had to say, and is met with gunfire. A bullet grazed her arm. Judy then grabs onto her arm and then runs to the opposite end of the car where the examiner is firing, but the examiner follows her. Judy then rolls underneath the car and gets behind the examiner. Judy then grabs the gun. "You bitch," she says. Judy fights off her attacker. Judy then gets kicked in the knee, and then she falls down. The gun is nearly pointed to her head. She's getting a total feeling of destruction. Something snaps. Judy then snatches the gun from the examiner and grabs the examiner by the throat and throws her into a car, and then slowly walks over towards her, and she said, "You wanted to see a monster? Well, here I am." The chief and Shanks are the only two who see this. Judy turns around and sees them as well. The three just gaze. Shanks is shaking scared, but the chief, he walks up to Judy and puts his hand on her shoulder. He looks at the examiner crashed into the car. And Judy realizes what she did and said, "How did I do that?" The chief said, "You have a God-given ability." Judy says, "What?" The chief replies, "I've only seen cases of this in Los Santos with a Michael, Trevor, and a Mr. Franklin." He says, "Your strength increases and you lose control. Look how small you are. You weigh like what, 90 pounds? And you are able to throw a 130-pound woman across feet away into the back of a car and dent it enough for her to get stuck in there." The examiner replied, "I'm 115. The chief says, "Shut up, bitch. Did I say you're fired? And you owe me a new car." The chief then looks at Shanks saying, "Shanks!" Shanks comes over running, "Yes, sir." And the chief orders Shanks to never reveal this to anyone. "Yes," Shanks replies, and then goes back to class. The chief looks at Judy and says, "You'll be the best cop. Your strength and reflexes will get you and all your officers saved." I cut out parts of the video when I showed it to the rest of the officers. I looked closely, and it's unreal. Your reflexes are insane. When the gang started shooting, you actually moved your head out of the way of the exact places the bullets were coming before they hit. Judy is shocked. The chief is concerned and says, "I hope you're the only one. The police force does not need to deal with anything like that. Los Santos is already out of control, and we do not need to be next." Alright, y'all, thanks again for watching my Grand Theft Auto 6 fan fiction. Now, Rockstar has been given their characters special abilities since Red Dead Redemption, so you know I had to include them in my series. Now, Judy's special. She can actually increase her strength to about 7 men, but it puts more strain on her body. She also has a power of prediction. She knows when bullets are going to come, like she knows the exact spot, so she can dodge them. She'll know like 2 seconds before it happens, and it'll grow over time. I'm working on Nick's power right now. It'll be revealed in the next episode. Make sure to stay tuned. It's going to come out in a couple of days. Alright, y'all, thanks again for watching. Once again, you've been an amazing audience. Make sure to check out the other shows in the description below. Flash Season 3, the rest of Grand Theft Auto 6 videos. Now, I didn't cancel my Destiny videos. The thing is, I sent it into another big YouTube page, and they might promote it on there, so I'm going to check that out. But anyway, y'all, thanks again for watching. Peace out, and talk to y'all laters.